The wild crowds, intense competition, and the intoxicating allure of fame and fortune have been the catalysts for some fiery face-offs in the world of darts. Today we look at some of the most intense moments when things got out of hand on the Oki. Number 10. Phil Taylor and Raymond van Barneveld. The showdown between Taylor and van Barneveld was like two bulls locking horns. Taylor had just won their 2012 World Darts Championship semi-finals 6-4. But as they were wrapping things up, Taylor took exception to Barney's overly firm handshake. He got in Barney's face, followed by some push and shove by both players. Some choice words were exchanged before they eventually separated.
Not happy? Shenanigans happening on stage!
Barney tried to smooth things over as they left the stage, but tensions were still high. They managed to patch things up later, but not in person. They did it via text. Despite supposedly smoothing things over, every time they faced each other on the Oki after that, you could feel the tension in the air. It was like a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. The rivalry didn't fizzle out until Taylor packed his darts away for good in 2018. But the matches between these two were electric and never failed to light up the crowd. Number 9. Peter Wright and Michael van Gerwen. In the world of darts, there's often a bit of drama between players, especially when the stakes are high. The rivalry between Peter Snakebite Wright and Michael van Gerwen certainly lacks none of that. Snakebite is known for his flashy style and loves to play the crowd, but sometimes that really gets on his opponent's nerves. Back in 2015, during the Premier League darts, things got heated between the two, when Wright tried hyping up the crowd as he aimed to hit a crucial bullseye. The tactic, however, backfired, as Wright missed the shot and lost the match.
Well, Peter Wright really should have gone for a 25 there.
When it was all over, they barely shook hands, and it was easy to see Wright was visibly irritated. Throughout their long-standing feud, van Gerwen has usually come out on top. Wright, however, got his moment of glory in 2020, when he won the World Darts Championship, beating van Gerwen 7-3 in the final. It was a huge achievement for Wright. Not only did he win his first World Championship, but he finally broke the hoodoo in the most emphatic fashion.
Michael van Gerwen offers his hand, and in doing so hands his world crown to Peter Snakebite Wright.
Number 8. Adrien Lewis and Peter Manley. Back in 2006, during the PDC World Darts Championship, there was quite the showdown between Adrien Lewis and Peter Manley. It all started when Manley accused Lewis of playing dirty. He claimed Lewis was deliberately slowing down the game.
Manley refusing to make eye contact. The referee, Russ Brown.
You see, in darts, timing is everything. Every second counts when you're aiming for that treble 20. But according to Manley, Lewis was taking forever to retrieve his darts from the board, messing with Manley's rhythm and throwing him out of his game. Manley wasn't having it and complained to the referee, hoping to put a stop to Lewis's antics. And it worked, kind of. The ref warned Lewis to pick up the pace, but instead of complying, Lewis walked off in a huff. He was fed up with Manley's muttering and complaints. After a brief break, Lewis returned to finish the match, but by then the damage was done. Manley had the momentum and clinched the win with a score of 5-3. It was a bitter defeat for Lewis, and a moment both players will never forget. Number 7. Phil Taylor and Raymond van Barneveld. The 2007 World Championship final was an epic battle between two masters. The atmosphere at the Alexandra Palace buzzed with excitement as these two exceptional players went head-to-head. Neither one gave an inch, and the tension grew with every dart thrown. Van Barneveld, known for his never-say-die attitude, clawed his way back from being 3 sets down. The final set was a nail-biter. With the championship on the line, Van Barneveld had a seemingly easy chance to win, but the pressure was immense and he missed the critical shot. Frustration boiled over and he slammed his darts down in anger. The crowd, stunned and disappointed, booed the Dutch legend.
Well, it's now
What the two players said to one another remains a mystery, but the fierce competition and missed opportunity led to a heated exchange. Despite the outburst, the match continued. Van Barneveld recomposed himself and emerged victorious in a dramatic sudden death finish.
Tops he wants.
And he gets it! Barneveld is the champion of the world!
This moment encapsulated the emotional rollercoaster of professional darts. The elation of victory intertwined with the sting of near misses and the vulnerability even the greatest players face under immense pressure. Number 6. Gerwen Price and Brendan Dolan. The 2020 World Championship witnessed a heated clash between Gerwen Price, a past champion, and Brendan Dolan, nicknamed the History Maker.
Brendan Dolan és a legutóbbit még tavaly Barnsley.
The match was tense and the outcome was highly contested. Price seemed unhappy with the crowd's strong support for Dolan. Maybe the cheers messed with his focus or fired him up for a fight. He attempted to silence the crowd with a hush gesture and even gave them a thumbs down. It was clear he was frustrated. Dolan is not one to shy away from a challenge either, but the referee intervened to calm things down, recognizing the escalating situation. He reminded both players of good sportsmanship and the importance of acting professionally on stage. The match continued after the break, but the incident left its mark. Whether the crowd's support or the exchange with Dolan affected Price's performance is debatable.
The biggest wins, if not the biggest win of his life. Brendan Dolan.
Regardless, the clash between the two players added another layer of drama to a high-stakes competition. Number 5. Phil Taylor and Adrien Lewis. These two weren't always rivals. Taylor took Lewis under his wing early in his career, and they even shared the stage as teammates in the World Cup of Darts. But after Lewis won his first championship and publicly denounced Taylor as his mentor, their friendship soured. Of the 72 matches, Phil Taylor came out on top 55 times.
Double 16 for the match, and it is world title number.
The fact that Taylor was regarded as the far superior player got under Lewis's skin. Many thought they would never be besties again, with Lewis continuing to stir the pot in various interviews and Taylor having some choice words of his own. Taylor accused Lewis of being a sore loser in a post-match interview where he downplayed Lewis's performance and implied he couldn't handle defeat gracefully. They really knew how to push each other's buttons. But as time passed, Taylor tried to play it cool, even with all that bad blood. He said they still got along okay, despite their epic battles.
And so the curtain comes down on the greatest game of darts.
Number 4. James Wade and Simon Whitlock. Wade and Whitlock had a major showdown in the 2018 European Championship Darts Tournament quarter-finals. The tension was thick, and when Wade scored a crucial double, instead of celebrating like a normal person, he added some extra spice. He mocked Whitlock's throwing style, which, as you can imagine, made Whitlock's blood boil. The referee had to jump in between them before things got physical. The drama didn't end there either.
Naar zich toe. Geen moment de voorsprong gehad. Whitlock baalt als een stekker, ja.
Whitlock didn't hold back in the post-match interview, calling out Wade for his lack of sportsmanship. He wasn't shy in saying Wade's celebration crossed the line. On the other hand, Wade tried to downplay it, saying he was just caught up in the moment despite some pretty clear evidence that he was deliberately trying to get under Whitlock's skin. The whole darts world was buzzing with this feud. Fans took sides and the media had a field day. Wade might have thought he got away with it, but the Professional Darts Corporation had the final say, slapping him with a fine for his trouble. After all of this, it wasn't just about the game anymore, it was personal. Every time Wade and Whitlock faced off, you could feel the hatred crackling in the air.
Dan er zomaar ingaan. En die gaat erin. Het is niet te geloven. Hij haalt toch weer zijn gram.
Number 3. Gerwen Price and Gary Anderson. The clash between Price and Anderson occurred during the 2020 PDC World Darts Championship quarter-finals. As the match unfolded, tensions brewed between the two players. It all came to a head when Price accused Anderson of deliberately disrupting his rhythm during a crucial leg. This accusation fueled Anderson's fury, igniting a fiery exchange between the two darting giants. Their animosity was palpable, and it intensified with every dart thrown.
Just refuses to buckle. Now he did over.
This incident sparked widespread controversy and drew the ire of fans and pundits alike. Many criticised Price for his outburst and condemned his lack of sportsmanship. Anderson also revealed he'd faced hostility and abuse from sections of the crowd following the altercation, adding fuel to the inferno. The Professional Darts Corporation swiftly intervened, launching an investigation into the incident. Their verdict was damning as Price was fined more than £21,000, a record penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct in darts. But the repercussions extended beyond the fine. The rift between Price and Anderson deepened, creating an atmosphere of mutual hatred whenever they faced off on the oche.
That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
Number 2. Peter Wright and Mensur Suljovic. The beef between Snakebite and the Gentle started during the 2017 Champions League of Darts. It started innocently enough, like any run-of-the-mill group match, but things suddenly turned when Suljovic claimed Wright's choice of darts was illegal. Wright, on the other hand, stood his ground, saying he did nothing wrong and accused Suljovic of trying to mess with his game.
We said he was still in it. And he certainly is now.
Cue the fireworks. The tension between them skyrocketed, with Suljovic straight up calling Wright a cheater and Wright firing back, saying Suljovic couldn't handle losing. And that was just the beginning.
It's two-leg advantage back. It's that old doppelfit saying Mensur.
After the match, they continued throwing shade at one another in their respective post-match interviews. This feud lingered like a bad smell too, rearing its head whenever they faced off. You could cut the tension with a knife. It was also a hot topic in the darts community, with fans and commentators taking sides and adding fuel to the fire. It was like a battle royale every time they stepped up to throw.
The European Championship finalist.
Number 1. Adrien Lewis and Simon Whitlock. In the 2013 PDC World Darts Championship, Lewis and Whitlock had a heated showdown that got the darts world buzzing. It all started when Lewis nailed a crucial double and let out a celebratory roar, followed by a not-so-friendly gesture aimed at Whitlock.
Tegen Ronnie Huybrechts in de single.
140.
This didn't sit well with Whitlock. He saw it as a blatant disrespect and wasn't about to let it slide. He got in Lewis's face, and it's safe to say the exchange of words wasn't exactly cordial. The referee had to step in to prevent things from boiling over completely. Whitlock didn't hold back after the match either. He accused Lewis of being unsportsmanlike, claiming he disrespected him and the whole game of darts. The fallout from this showdown was massive. Fans and commentators were divided. Some shook their heads at Lewis, calling him out for his behaviour. Others defended him, saying he got caught up in the heat of the moment. But this wasn't the first clash between the two. There's quite a bit of history there. They've had their fair share of run-ins on and off the oche. It's like they were destined to be each other's arch nemesis. These rivalries add extra excitement to the world of professional darts. Who do you think lost their cool the most? Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more intense darts content.